Hey book readers, I got to thinking recently, where does it just plain suck to read? So here are the 10 places at the top, or bottom, I guess in this case, of my list. Number 1 is the beach. Now in theory, it sounds incredible. You're kicked back in a lounge chair, feet in the water, book in one hand, adult beverage in the other, sound of the waves gently lapping on the shore, but that's the dream, not the reality. In the real world, you brought a physical book instead of your e-reader, so the wind is whipping the pages all around. You set your drink, which is in your one hand, on the sand, but it's an uneven surface, so your drink tips over and spills everywhere. You curse and put your book down. The kid nearby hears you curse and repeats it, prompting his mother to chastise you, and after taking a verbal beating, you pick up your now sandy book, but you're too flustered to keep reading. The end. Number 2 on my list, fittingly, is a public bathroom. Now let's be honest, reading on the toilet is glorious. It's the height of multitasking, but that's only when you're doing it in the privacy of your own home. If you're anywhere else and trying to read on the pot, you shouldn't feel comfortable doing what you're doing. Scroll on your phone like a normal human. The 3rd place on my list is the hospital. Are you there for yourself? Are you comforting a loved one? Either way, it's not an ideal situation. Someone's health is probably compromised. Escaping the world of a book may seem like a good way to distract yourself, but the serious nature of your surroundings make it one of the worst places to read. Instead, watch some mindless daytime TV or chat with a loved one. Number 4 is a poorly lit room. Now, my wife and daughter do this and it drives me crazy. They started reading when it was light outside, but the sun went down and they're now basically sitting in the dark holding the book like an inch from their face, like some vampire that needs glasses. Don't strain your eyes. You need light to read. Enough said. Number 5 on my list is at a sporting event. Now you paid to watch your sport of choice. Basketball, football, Quidditch, and yes, Quidditch does exist in real life, and yes, it's just as disappointing as it sounds. Reading while people around you cheer or boo is definitely doable, but you may just wind up on the Jumbotron and be jeered by your own team's fans. Now, public shaming for literacy may not sound bad, but you'll also have to avoid the looming threat of beer and nacho cheese splattering your book. Then you'll have to explain to the librarian why War and Peace smells like Coors Light and Velveeta. So now you've angered an arena full of fans and your local librarian. That's a lose-lose scenario. Number 6 on my worst places to read list is at the DMV. You're waiting for hours to get your photo license taken, right? Seems like the perfect time to binge read. No. The sweaty guy next to you keeps coughing on your shoulder. That old lady is grilling you about the plot of the book you only just started. The door keeps opening and closing, letting in cold gusts that ripple the pages of your book. Then you realize you forgot one vital piece of paperwork, so you'll have to reschedule your appointment for 3 months from now. Another really bad place to read is the auto shop. Your car is being repaired. Doesn't matter if you're getting new tires or having your entire engine replaced. I don't know cars, I'm not a car guy. It's a stressful, expensive experience. There's a pot of cold coffee sitting on a rickety console table, an electric hum from the vending machine, a photo from the mechanic's like 2013 family reunion, and you just pick up a worn issue of National Geographic to pass the time instead. Number 8 is the shower. Now, I don't know anybody who actually does this because it basically seems impossible. I mean, I guess you could have one hand like holding the book outside of the shower while the other one is lathering and rinsing and doing all the cleaning business. Or I guess you could get a waterproof Kindle cover. But my motto is get in, get out, don't mess about. Just take a bath if you're bound and determined to read while getting soggy. Number 9 is an amusement park. Now you might be thinking, why not read while waiting in line to ride the newest roller coaster or while you cruise at the top of the Ferris wheel? Well, first off, because everything is sticky at a fair or carnival or amusement park, and you don't want to get your book sticky as well. And secondly, you may forget your book if you set it down somewhere while you actually ride a ride. Plus, reading at amusement park Reading at an amusement park means you won't be able to notice whenever a carny starts flirting with your girlfriend, stealing her away before you can propose with a well-placed ring atop a funnel cake. Sorry, but your actions have consequences. And the final worst place to read is the kitchen. You can't read a recipe while you read a book. You can't pour a glass of orange juice and read at the same time. You can't wait for your bread to toast while reading at the same time. I'll strike that last one. You actually can totally do that. Anyway, the kitchen is a place where you stand and do things. Load the dishes, boil pasta, etc. It's not the ideal place to relax and get your read on. That's just science, folks. Where else is a bad place to read? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe so I don't have to add you to my other list. Happy reading.